So today we're going to be working on um, the combat. I was trying the other day to, hold on, let me turn down the music here. I was trying the other day to make it fun. You can see the cannon balls come out, but I kind of realized, like, I talked with my girlfriend, like, this is not super fun. So trying to figure out some way to make it fun. I think the first thing I'm going to add is, like, you can choose which kind of boat you are. Like, you can choose a small boat, medium-sized boat, heavy boat. It's probably the first thing. The next thing is the actual like thing that there'd be some like aiming mechanic, so you actually aim the cannons yourself as opposed to being like an auto aim thing. And then also having a sort of like harpoon grappling hook thing. So those are sort of the three things. Start with the selection of boats. Next thing is the aiming, and I might actually start with the aiming first. And the third is the um, what was the third thing? Oh yeah, the harpoon thing. Let's see here. Cool. Yeah, I think that makes rough sense. So let's start with the aiming. I think for now I'm gonna comment out all the monsters and stuff like that. So just quickly go to the main and do that. Well, I'll just set the monsters to 0 here. And in main, we're gonna set the so let's see targeting system, I think it's called. That's the PvP one, but where's the other one? Okay, it's gotta be in the ship then. I'll just see where it's being used. Okay, it's actually in the cannons. So I'm just gonna comment it out for now. So just to make sure that works, basically should just be no monsters anywhere. It looks like that's the case. Okay, and I'm also going to comment out the rain because it's a bit laggy at the moment. But I do have a question about this, which is that I set the particles to 0, but there's still rain, so I'm not really sure. Oh yeah, and I need to upgrade this real quick. I guess I will do it. However, all right, fine, we'll do it. A little expensive, so. One second, just making sure it's available. Okay, great. So I should have it again, I think. Nice. What, bro? Already upgraded. Come on. I probably have to restart it. There we go. So it looks like the rain is still showing, even though I set particle count to 0. Can you check take a look at that? Should be in range, yes. Okay. Well, there should be no rain now. Just double check. Nice. Oh, it looks like it's still showing. Any idea why? Weird. Okay, let's see if it works. Okay, I'm not seeing any rain, so I think it successfully figured that one out. Oh, spoke too soon. I'm still seeing rain. Can you please make sure they don't appear? Let's take a look at that. Should be the problem there. Let's see what the starter rain here. Oh yeah, see, right here. Set to 0. Yeah, okay, cool. I think it makes sense. I'm gonna push those changes for now, mainly because I actually don't like the changes made to the birds unless they look less good. I'll read that. Okay, what else? I'll probably stash those changes. Okay. So I think the only thing I'm gonna push is just move the sea monsters for now. Excuse me. I'll probably comment this out for now. Keep this. Yep, just comment this stuff out. Keep this. Journal. I think, yeah, this is good. Okay, cool. I think we're good. Just these. And the other stuff, I'm gonna move to another branch. Probably just remove this, I think. Yeah. Let's do this. All right, cool. So let's generate another ship that will load in based on what the user chooses. I'm thinking something like Pirates of the Caribbean, where you have like the pirate ship, but also those like colonial ships. Let me take a look at that. Right, these ones, right? I'm gonna take a pic of this. Ask grok rock to give me a prompt. AI. Here. All right, make it 1 sentence. Actually, we'll try it. Actually, no. Make it 1 sentence. Keep it simple. I'll move this part. Flags. Century. No flag, so And it should be a toony style of detail. I'll try it. I'm gonna put this in the other window. Hold on a second. Because I have a little bit different setup. Okay, that should work. So I can see what's going on. Cool, while it's doing that, let's do something else. Because it always takes a while. So I want to set up a new sort of thing. It's basically like aiming. Um, but the first thing is we want a new UI, which is basically um, should basically be down here, the bottom, and it will have like, whoops, what's happening here? Jeez. It's like one will be like the cannon, like shooting, and then the two will be like a harpoon, and then probably 4 or 5 abilities at the bottom. Oh, 1 second, spill something. I'm thinking kind of like League of Legends, so it look like this, at the bottom. Gameplay, I guess we call it. Yeah, something like this. You have at the bottom your health, and then it'll have the icon of the ability and like how to trigger it. It's kind of the idea. And then you aim it. It's kind of the idea. Cool. Let's start with the first one. I think I'm gonna try giving it an image of this, specifically grok. Let me get a good high-res image though. That's probably good enough. Let's see if we get this one here. All right, I'll just take a pic. So I want a prompt to try to generate this. I'm working on a game and I'm using AI. So basically, it's like the abilities at the bottom where it has the health. But we're going to first start with just the abilities. So it should. I'm trying to make some prompt that would help make this. Basically, the abilities with the keys that you need to trigger them. This could work. And I think we're only at 4 for now. And we're going to make a separate file for that. So make it a separate file. Um, for now, just leave spaces in the code to put in an image for where the images will be, and make kind of a frame around it where the images will lock into, and make sure to put it in the UI folder and also integrate it with a UI.js, or at least show how to do it. I'll just dash UI.js. It's going to be in the bottom middle of the screen. Okay, let's look at the 3D animation. We're waiting here. Uh, so it appears, oh, just finished. Oh, what? Did I not specify boat? Weird. I guess this one I'll say boat. So that's what I'm saying, I guess. Oh, I already finished this, so let's try it out. Nice. Looks pretty good. Let's see if it worked. Paste this code in. Error. Oh, that looks really good, actually. Nice. That's pretty good, actually. It even highlights when I do the. That's really cool. That's kind of I'm thinking. Yeah. Obviously, we need to change the style of this, but it's pretty close to what we're trying to do. So then you'll basically press like Q or something, aim. You know, one will be. I think it'll probably be 1, 2, 3, 4. QE maybe. I guess we remove this cannon deck part. Cool. I'll ask her to change the style first. Oh, it looks really good. I would say the only thing, just change the style. Remember, we're kind of doing like a nautical theme, so take a look at these two images and make it, yeah, make it more of those colors, basically kind of these browns, and But otherwise, don't change any functionality. It looks really good. I guess we remove this part here. Let's see if the 3D generation did anything good. Okay, that looks much better actually. Oh yeah, that actually looks really nice. That's really cool actually. Let's see which one's my favorite. I don't know. I think this one's a little too blocky maybe. I like this one. I think this one's probably my favorite. It's kind of just standard. So the idea here is kind of like you can choose two teams, I'm thinking. Like you're either the pirates or the some colonial person. And then from there you'll choose the type of boat. Be like small boat, medium boat. They all have different stats. And that was my girlfriend's idea, not mine. So, but it's a pretty good idea. So I'm gonna download that model. We'll use it later. I think the next thing I'm gonna try generating a small boat, small pirate boat. I think what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna start with the colonial boat because I already have this prompt, and I'll just plug that in again and just specify that it's a smaller boat, just a few masts, etc. Okay, a smaller, tall boat with one mast, dark hull, weathered look. Okay, and then cartoony style, low res. All right, let's try that. All right, let's look at the cursors down at this here. Okay, let's look at it. Yeah, that looks quite a bit better. It's pretty simple, and I think for now it's good. I'll probably ask it to just make it QE and 1, 2, 3, 4. And maybe just QE and 1, 2 for now, because 1, 2 would be like special abilities or something, and then we can always add more later. Actually, yeah. Can you make it so we're just gonna remove a few of these, so it should just be QE 1, 2, 3, 4 are the slots. So just remove a few of the slots. Also, if you can make it look a little better in terms of maybe making it look a little bit more like the radar, like the colors and maybe a border or something. All right, so the other thing I would like to do is make the birds a little bit less crazy. Oh, this is perfect. Yeah, I think this one's the obvious choice, right? Definitely looks a lot smaller than the other ships. So this one's mass is all. What is this? Yeah, this definitely. Okay, so we got our two, and then we want a big ship. So let's plug that one in too. So we're gonna use the same prompt. A huge with 5 masts, and should be like let me look at a huge ship. Actually, maybe it should look like the Titanic, right? Like it's just a huge ship. Should be 18th century. That wouldn't be 18th century anymore. But we'll just try it. Okay, so huge ship, weathered canvas, dark hull, similar to the Titanic in size. Um, I don't know. I'm gonna try to actually, because that's not a very good prompt, so I'm gonna try to get a better prompt over here. So I'm trying to modify this prompt. I want to get a prompt for like a huge ship, like a Titanic type ship. So basically, we're making 3 different types of ships. So this is the biggest one. So I want to modify the prompts to reflect that. Please give me something that I think will work for the site. Yeah, that's cool. All right, let's go back to the. I think it probably finished here. So let's see what it did. Yeah, I actually like this. I like that it specified the abilities, so you kind of know what it is. Although I don't like how it remains highlighted when I click it. But other than that, actually, I don't really like it. I think I'm gonna undo that. Yeah, it looks not quite what I was thinking. So I'm gonna undo the. So I'm just gonna restore the checkpoint here. So this time, don't change any of the looks of it. Just remove. It should just be QE1234, and that's it. Make sure it changed back. Nice. All right, let's see if this finished. Okay, it's actually a little too similar to the Titanic. I was just thinking it should be like a massive ship, but I think we need to try again. Okay, I still want to keep it 18th century. I'm just trying to figure out how to make it look the ship like really big. Should I specify like a huge number of sails, or what do you think? Or masts, there you go. Yeah, we'll try that. Nice. Cool. So Q, E, one, two, three, four. Let's start with the Q first. So that's going to be our first ability. And then once you press Q, there'll be like an aiming thing. And I guess your cannons are everywhere on the boat. So you'll be able to shoot anywhere. Just got to aim to the right place. And I guess the idea is like when you press E, this is kind of stealing from the League of Legends a little bit. There's going to be the E ability will be something that's going to have two modes. You press it, and then that's the first harpoon, and that's going to drag you. That's going to drag them to you, and then if you press it again and you click it, then that's going to be you drag them around. So as you move, they'll be just kind of like tugging behind you for a while. And you can, while you're doing that, you can shoot them and drag them into stuff. Like you can drag them into the islands. So that's kind of the two I'm thinking. And perhaps like with the E, if you drag them to you, there's going to be another ability that's like really effective short range, like some sort of scatter shot, shotgun kind of thing. So you drag them to you, and maybe it'll be one or maybe R or something. And so you pull them, that would be the combo, I guess. You pull them to you, press that, well, that, and then it'll do like tons of damage. And the other one would be if you're like right next to an obstacle, you can like drag them into it, and that'll also do a lot of damage. So I think that that will be fun. Okay, start with Q. So the general idea here is Q is going to be your standard cannon shot, and we want to make it so the first thing we want to implement here is the aiming. So when we press Q, it should trigger aiming, and then your mouse should be a become kind of like a crosshair looking thing. It should be red, the crosshair, and we're just going to implement that to start. Please make it a separate file. We're going to put it in gameplay, and it will be named. Actually, we're going to create a new folder. It's going to be called abilities, and make two separate files. One is for the aiming, because every ability is going to have a crosshair type thing. So we want that to be standard across all the abilities. And then the second file should be for the actual cannon shot. That was helpful for thinking here, but I think I just kind of rambled on for a while, so I'm going to do that again. So hold on. So I'd like to create a new file, and it's going to be called aiming, something like this. You know what? I'm going to keep what I had before, but I'm just going to ask to ideate. Actually, just ideate with me for a little bit. First of all, what should these files be called, and maybe how it should be designed, because I just want to get it right. So just no code, just ideate with my general ideas here. I'm going to attach the whole code base for this one. Let's see what you're saying. Right. That makes a lot of sense. Can you start with the first one, call it ability crosshair, and put it in the folder abilities, and make sure we can integrate it with main.js. And maybe make a separate file called ability manager, and that's going to be basically the manager for all of for the crosshair, the abilities. Basically, it's going to be our update function for all the abilities. So we just have one integration instead of tons. First of all, does that make sense? Can you double check? And just no code yet. Just tell me if that makes sense. So I'm spending a little time just making sure to organize it right, so that way it should be smooth going. So abilities, ability crosshair, ability manager. Yeah, register, maintain references. Yep, yep, exactly. Yeah, that's good. Okay, great. So now just start with the ability manager and the ability crosshair and try to make both of these and make sure I can integrate it with main.js. Don't do any abilities, just those two files first. And make sure to put them in the abilities folder. I'm going to attach main.js. All right, let's check out the model here. That looks pretty good. Let's see which one's the best here. I like this one because it kind of has this, it almost looks less like wood, almost like a, oh no, this one looks probably, this one looks beefier though. I think I'm going to stick with this one. Let me take a look actually, this one too. The mask on this one got all messed up. So probably just this one, I think. And then we'll start the pirate ship generations. But let me first check if it did this already. Hey, how's it going, the Keno? Pretty good. I got stuck for a while because I was like yesterday, kind of like, man, this is not fun. Like I was playing with the monsters and like shooting them and stuff. I was like, this is actually kind of frustrating. So I decided to remove some of the stuff we added. So for example, the cannons, how they fire, it was kind of like an auto system, and you pressed space bar, but like it just turned into I was just mashing space bar, and then I was just getting shoved around everywhere. So I was like, okay, this is kind of lame. So it kind of one of the games I played a lot as a kid was or not as a kid, as in high school was League of Legends, and so also talking to my girlfriend, she gave me some really good ideas. Actually, most of these ideas are from my girlfriend, so she's just like throwing out like a million ideas. So, um, but from her ideas, kind of League of Legends inspired too. So I have this sort of this bottom bar for that, and so now I'm feeling a little better. I feel like this will be fun. And she came up with the harpoon idea, which I was like, that's actually pretty dope and also fun. So yeah, that's what we're doing now. But I guess it remains to be seen whether it'll be fun to play. And there will be PvP. That's kind of the idea with this too. So, um, but yeah, I think part of the motivation is like I want to get it so I can play with people, and then if that's fun, that's probably gonna be fun with the monsters. All right, so let's see. I think I need to integrate it with main.js before I can test it here. So let me go ahead and do that. What's this? Okay, it's just not the right import here. So it should be. Oh, it actually is the right import. Interesting. I don't know why they capitalize it stuff. Oh, let me see. Skip driving. Yeah, W girlfriend. It's true. So we were like on the subway and she was just like giving me like a million ideas and I was just like spacing out a little bit. Like, oh shit. So they were all really good. All right, what's wrong with the import here? I'm just gonna paste it because I don't really know. What's wrong with the import here? Shouldn't it be right? I mean, it's going back. Oh, I see what the problem is. We put the gameplay folder in here. Should be in here. Okay, that should fix it, I think. Let's see here. I think what I'm gonna do is rename these because I don't like them when they're all capitals. So it doesn't really fit with the rest of the stuff we got here. Uh, Hold on a second. By the way, have you trained Manu's? See, I'm seeing all this stuff on Twitter. Yeah, Manu's looks really interesting, but I just haven't gotten the chance to try it yet. And there's like a ton of other stuff too I saw that are really interesting, um, that I think would actually increase the my speed here. So I should maybe try it tonight or tomorrow morning. Try to integrate some of that into the workflow here because there might be something interesting. Have you tried it, the Kano? Select Gemini 2 Pro, let it analyze the whole code and create a detailed MD file. Interesting. I'm gonna try that right now because that's a really easy thing to try out. So let's do it. So I'm just gonna paste in exactly what you said. So we're gonna do this, create a very detailed MD file, set a few things. This MD file will be used to as context for the AI in the future generations. So please make it detailed and accurate. All right. Interesting. It's a really good idea. I'll save it. I'll save the MD it creates in folder here, and I'll do that tonight or tomorrow morning. And I'll try that out because it will be really interesting. And it also gives me like another tool in case things aren't working. I can just try a different thing. One thing I noticed though is it's not very good at generating MD files because it will do things like this, but in cursor, that looks pretty good. Okay, cool. This should be easy to create here. We'll just call it for Manus MD. Just copy this. Yeah. There we go. Cool. We got this. Looks good. I mean, that's everything. And you give that MD to file and let it research for you. Yeah, exactly. Use the agent instead of the chat and cursor. Yeah, I think it's, and who knows, this will give me a good, like, two things I can flip back and forth with, see which one works better. Or if I'm struggling with some particular issue, which I am a lot of times. Um, it would be another great thing to try. And who knows, maybe it's like way better. I saw some promising things on Twitter about it. So Oh, so you're saying the agent is better for creating files like Manus than Cursor? That's interesting. So, like, if I'm adding a new feature, maybe Manus is the better option because I'm always using the new files for features. All right, let's see if this works. I think I changed the imports and everything. I think the only thing is I didn't change this yet, but I think this is lowercase now. Already included. Might need to reset the dist, question mark. I'll delete this folder because it's no longer being used. And I'll rebuild. I haven't seen this one before. What's this? Weird. Paste that one. I just got this error with building, npm run build. Any idea what that is? Runs fine. Okay, cool. Although it has totally messed up all my stuff. The water. Very weird. It's gotta be an error, right? Oh, so it's gotta be somehow the assets are not appearing in the this folder anymore. Oh, it's because the build failed. And I need that build to generate the dist. So let me try again. Oh, remove parcel. Yeah, right. Removing parcel cache is a pretty good bet, generally speaking. Let's try again. The benefit of all these tools is to be way more efficient. It's true. The time that like, for example, there was a day I spent the whole day on fog because I just kept getting stuck. Like I literally spent 8 hours on fog. So if I had another tool that I could have been like, hey, because grok was failing, the cloud was failing. If I had another tool that could have saved me, 8 hours potentially, because it was just a very basic sort of thing. The fog kept being really janky. So yeah, I'll definitely try it, and I'll credit you if it saves me like a million hours. So, and if I get stuck today on something, I'll probably just try it out because it's way better than spending just like banging your head against the wall on some silly little thing. All right, cool. So let's try the ability because I think it's integrated. Wait, I saw it for a second, right? Right. Let's see if I was hallucinating there. I didn't. Okay, I don't see. So let's see. I'm gonna attach the files. Check it out. I just pressed Q and I didn't see the crosshair. Can we make sure? Is there a listener on that? Also, did I integrate it correctly? Thank you. And while we wait, I'm gonna generate the pirate versions of the models. So I'm gonna use the same model I used for the original pirate ship. Same prompt. Use this one. So we're gonna start with a small steampunk sailboat, one mast, vibrant colors. It's a real whimsical, cartoony, low res. All right, cool. So let's see if it finished there. What it identifies as an issue. Okay, it doesn't have any key bindings yet. That was probably why. I'll just apply all, I think. I need to check what it made it did in main though, real quick. Sometimes it does weird stuff in here. It looks like it didn't do anything. Okay. Oh, nice. That's kind of cool. All right, it messes with the controls a little bit, but other than that, let me try again. Can I aim while? Okay, I can aim while moving, which is cool. I can't really aim while rotating, so I guess that makes sense, right? I'll probably change the for the bird animations. I actually so it did generate these bird animations. Um, pretty basic, I guess, but it I just asked it to make some birds and it did all that. It's pretty happy with them for like a first iteration. Generally pretty cool, and they just kind of they sometimes like will fly to your ship and hang out. It's pretty neat. Oh, I should make it so you can like kill the birds. You can like shoot them. All right, I like the aim. I think I'm just gonna make it so it's a slightly different look. So let's see. I'm gonna first ask. So the functionality works perfectly. I just want to know what should I make the cursor to, I mean the aim crosshair to make it look a little more nautical theme, like a ship. Right now it looks kind of like a sniper scope or something. No code yet, just ideation. An anchor, ship's wheel, rope circle with a knot, compass plus anchor. I don't know what any of these actually. What if we just change the colors a little bit? What do you think? Maybe we make it like more of a wood color. Also, can you come up with some more ideas? Let's see the 3D model. Check up on that. This looks pretty good. I actually like this one. Yeah, it looks great actually. Now we just need a big version of these, and we'll have our 6 models. So now we want a massive one, so we'll call it massive steambucks, a steampunk, poly, massive masts. Yeah, see if that works. All right, crossed oars, spyglass lens. I actually like that. That can maybe work. Yeah, that's pretty good. Actually, let's look at other games, maybe. Let's see. Sea creatures. I'm gonna try the spyglass lens though. All right, try to re style the cursor, I mean the crosshair like this. Please don't change any functionality though, because it works really well. Just the only the styling. I'm thinking this one, although it has a little glitchiness over here. Maybe this one. Yeah, I can see this. The only thing it should be where your cursor is. It shouldn't change like the cursor over here. It should be over here. But other than that, oh, that looks pretty good. It's maybe a few too many lines. I think it should just be two, maybe. Yeah, just two. It looks pretty good. Just make it two lines though, one vertical, one horizontal. And I think don't change anything else though. Excuse me. Go. Let's try it. Oh, it took me very literally, unfortunately. Sorry. It just needs to fill the whole circle. So right now the two lines, they're just sort of they end in the middle of the circle. So it should be like, you know, just two lines that go vertical, but it should come, end at this end of the circle. Yeah, that's not really its fault. You know, it's like a clock. And I think the lines need to be like a yellow or something or red. I guess it could be red. Nice. Looks good. Looks pretty good. Can you maybe make the the actual lines though a little different color? They should really stick out. Whatever you recommend. I'm not really sure for the colors. Here, All right, let me try with the new model here. Where did I generate it? Oh, here it is. Oh, this actually ended up looking really nice, this one here. Yeah, this looks good. I'm gonna go with this one. It looks pretty tanky. Yeah, it looks tanky. I like it. The only thing is the mast is a little screwed up, I think, in the front. It's not bad. Cool. That's our six we're gonna use here. This one will be like really slow, but it has like way more damage. You'll be able to choose. That looks pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty clearly a target, right? Yeah, and you click it, and then it will disappear and fire to that location. I think the only thing it has to have some smart logic for which side will show the smoke. And if it's in front, I'd say it's probably just these front ones, right? Or I guess maybe like if you're in a place you can't fire, it turns into an X or something, so you have to move your ship a little bit. Maybe do that. It's got to rotate it. It's like right in front. I don't know if that's fun. I probably won't implement that to start. Cool. So let's start with that. All right, looks great. We're going to implement our first ability. We're going to just call it cannon shot. The cannon shot is basically what's in cannons.js. So I want you to take a lot of that logic. I'm actually going to start scratch. I'm not even going to use that. When the user clicks and they have the queue active, so we're going to add a click listener, and the conditional there is like if their aiming is active, then it'll actually fire a cannon shot at that to that location, and it needs to actually render a cannonball. Hold on a second, because we have a branch now that has that information that actually works the cannon display. So I might just commit this stuff for now. Deleting abilities. Switch branches, bring over the file, the cannons, as we can use this. Yeah, I think it's just this. Right. Mm. Yeah, I think it makes sense. So I'm gonna merge this into the main. Oh, I got it. Got the new changes. So I'd like you to take a look at Canon.js. That's currently you could call it legacy cannon shot, but it has the logic for how to render the cannonball. And For now, we want to make it just like one cannonball that fires, just to make sure it's working, and then we're going to do more advanced stuff later. But yeah, it should find the place on the ship that makes the most sense for it to come out of, and then it should fire to the location that the user clicked. That's going to be a little tricky. Let's see that, figure that out. And I think it also needs the ability manager. I guess the first step we're just going to be like, if it can fire cannonball to the right place, and then we're going to make it like whether it fires two or one. So you base maybe on the location of how your ship is oriented. So I think is the next step there. How come I can't attach the ability manager? I'm gonna create a new chat. Make sure to save it, I guess. There we go. Yes. Yeah, I'll just move this file, I guess. There's nice. Okay, and then the cannons. Oh, sorry, I did not see your chat there. Sell the big ships for 49. Yeah, right. I need to get a lot of players first. No, I think I've done. I'm thinking about it. I think it makes sense to do like cosmetic stuff, like make it fun. Because I feel like some of those games you see online, like the flying game, I don't think people play it for. I mean, I'm just speculating, but I don't think people play it for like a really long time unless they add like a ton of features. They might play for a little bit for novelty, the flying game, and then there's another one. But I mean, maybe I just don't get it. Maybe it is fun. I don't know. But yeah, I think I'll sell. We would sell probably cosmetics at some point if people are playing and having a good time. It's kind of the idea. As like League of Legends, they sell just purely cosmetic. There's no, and they do really well. So I think it's possible to do. I see. I don't understand. Right, right. Yeah, it's like like who wants to just ride around? I mean, granted, my girlfriend and I were also talking about this. Like, you go to Times Square. It's basically people, going like thousands of miles to look at ads. So I guess maybe it's like that. Like you play this game to look at ads. Uh, but I personally don't understand it. So I mean, I get that people like log in and try it for like 20 seconds, but beyond that, I don't really understand. All right, let's try the new stuff. I don't really know what it did here, this diff. I've never seen this before. Created a diff file. Okay, just a cannon shot. But it didn't actually create the file, did it? Oh, it did. I just didn't see it. Nice. Okay, let's try it. Oh, plug these in here. Getting some new errors. Can you investigate here? Also, feel free to use game state. I just attached it too, so if you need that. Right, it's crazy. I saw that he's getting tons of money there. But the way I saw, like I saw a Twitter post about it. It's basically, he spent years building this sort of, I guess you call it distribution, or you call it like a community around his posts. So I guess you have to look at it like that. Like he's basically kind of cashing in a little bit on his success in the past that he made with the. Uh, so when I think about it that way, I'm like, okay, that makes sense. He built a lot of stuff. He shared a lot of creations, and eventually, he's got like a community around his things. So if you just make something, you can't expect to immediately, unless you've spent the time, which uh, I think that makes it's a little bit of cope, but makes you feel a little better. So um, let's see here. I don't really know what it's doing with this diff here. Is this a new kind of thing it's doing? Creates diff files. I've really seen that before. Can you try again to change the files? Well, I'm gonna get another coffee. Be right back. With the new, so are you saying the new native or this new Gemini 2 is better than Cloud? Interesting. I'll have to try it. I'll try it next year. I tried it the other day and I did not have much success with it, but they did an update. Um, and I did see on Chat Arena that the Gemini 2.0 is supposedly the second best, but it's possible I just didn't really see what it can do. I don't really know why it's changing cannons JS. Okay, I'm gonna ask it. So can you try again? Don't change cannons.js. We actually don't want to use this file at all. We want to generate a new, and don't even just use it as maybe a reference, but create your own for the can shot. So I think you got a little confused. It thinks it's supposed to be using the that file, which is a legacy. I'm gonna call it a legacy file. And a native image model. Oh, at least yesterday. Interesting. Okay. Okay, interesting. I have to try that. What I really want though, and I think like I don't even know if I wanted to create this how I would do it. Like it'd be really hard, but I really want some sort of model for animations. Right now we have a model for 3D models. We have the images, but animations for specifically 3D modeling animations. I know there's these like videos that you can do, but that's I'm talking about like you manipulate it. Like I can plug in a CLB model and then it just does some stuff with it, like a you know cannon shot destruction model or something or animation. That'd be super cool. That would fill the last gap that I really need because I can't really make advanced animations yet with with this. All right, let's try it. I'm not so optimistic about this particular change. Let's plug in the errors. Here are the errors. Please try to fix them. Let me go to the right file here. Okay, let me look here. So it feels like magic. You're talking about the new Google model with the images. Interesting. I'll have to look at that. You know what I can do? Right now I can use it for the images because I'm going to generate images for this. Well, I can't show you at the moment, but the ability bar at the bottom, we need a bunch of images for the different types of abilities, like the harpoon shot and stuff. So I'll try with that after this. Hopefully these errors get fixed soon. Oh yeah, so we actually have a Discord for this. Just a few people. Uh, I didn't create it. Someone. So here's my Discord. I'll add you to it. You can, if you want to work on it or whatever. The code is public, so if you want to work on it, you can be open source. I mean, it's on GitHub, so it's open source. You can contribute if you are interested, or if you just want to report some problems with it or something. Let's try now. I don't think it applied any changes though, so let me try again. Let's just look at the error real quick. It does not export cannonball. Right, it's trying to do some stuff. Cannon shot. Oh, but that isn't even an import anymore. So it's got to be some cache thing. I'm gonna run the build again. Okay, I'll delete the parcel cache. Try again. Okay, delete the dist. Try again. And stop this from running. Okay, now npm run dev. Nice. Yeah, sometimes it just runs into caching problems. I don't really understand. Or does some weird thing. Yeah, sure. I can send you an example prompt. Nice. Yeah, that'd be great. Let me add you real quick. So it's over here. Um, let's see, where do I add you? Add a channel. Yeah, you can clear see I don't use Discord very often. All right, you have to add me first, and um, then I can add you. So I think your name started with a T. Yeah, nice. Cool, I added you. Cool, I'm happy it's no more errors. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try fixing the problem with the UI there because it's not showing up anymore. So the crosshair no longer shows up when I press Q. Can you investigate that? Yeah, so we'll use Gemini for these down here. This is what I was talking about here. Just maybe make a bunch of, we maybe have so this will be the can shot, this will be the harpoon, maybe some sort of dodge. These will be like the special abilities. Maybe, it actually generates some stuff. Did you guys see that arcane shield? Okay, cool. What's this? Poison cloud? It's not bad ideas actually. Wind slash? Cool. All right, this is fireball. Yeah, that'd be kind of cool. There's like a wind slash. It like cuts the other player's sails or something temporarily. They can't move. All right, let's see if it figured this out here. Set all. Nice. Oh, we got the crosshair. Let's check the console for any errors. I think I saw an error briefly, or is this just the element? Okay. Way too many prints, man. Yeah, okay. No errors. I'm gonna remove the some of the prints for the fog because it's kind of gonna make it hard to debug all this stuff here. Where is it? I think it's in environments. Oh, yeah. Sorry, 1 second. I gotta remove a few more. I think it's test. Yeah, these ones. Cool. Oh, it can edit images. That's interesting. That's really interesting, actually. That's cool. I guess we can try it. I mean, just after we finish this canon thing, that'll be pretty cool. So I'm gonna ask it to add debugs and try to figure out why the cannon isn't firing. All right, cool. So we have the crosshair back. Now can we make, when the user clicks with the crosshair, it should fire the cannon. You can reference cannons.js for how the cannon shows up. So give that a shot and add a prints as well so we can see what's happening. We'll use it to debug if we need to. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay, it's just added a bunch of prints for us to look at, I think. Okay, we'll take a look. There's way too much stuff going on here. I guess we can Command F here. See if there's any cannonball position prints. Let's see here. Oh, it's C. They register it with C. Interesting. If you press C, you can. Oh, it actually works if you press C. Generated the cannonball, which is a good start. Why does it only work with C? Make sure to edit that. So I noticed you register it with C. Can you instead register it with Q? Look at Ability Manager. So when the user presses Q, and instead of creating a listener for that, just try to integrate with Ability Manager so we can check is Q active. So basically, Ability Manager should export a function that's like is Q active or is Cannon shot active, and then you can test that in the update. So don't register the new one, just use the existing one. And then we'll make it so the cannonball moves. So you said also it's a game changer, especially for artists and game devs. Interesting. I have to try it then. I believe you. So I'm gonna put it in my notes here. Make sure to try Gemini image generation editing. Okay. Is that bad memory? So easier to remember that way. Also learn from an image input and generate similar images. Interesting. I noticed that like I've seen that before, but it all depends on the how good it is, right? Because I've tried it and like there's plenty that are okay, but they don't really they're not that good, I think. So if they figure out how to make it good, I get what you're saying. I see some errors here. Check that out. So that's probably why the cannonball isn't moving, is these errors. It was just hard to see with the bajillion prints I got. So I'm gonna paste it here. Oh no, disappeared. Yeah, it didn't quite fix it. It's like it's still registering as C or something. I guess I can just change this to Q, right? Yeah, okay. I just did it myself. All right, now we just need to change the fix this problem. So it looks like the cannon, once you do it, doesn't move. It's probably related to this error. Can you take a look? Hey, why is the cannonball as like a, it's probably supposed to be the smoke or something. It's like a moon. Yeah, let's see if I'm finished. Nice, even made the sound. That's great, actually. That's a really good first start here. It's actually pretty close. It's got the smoke, it's got the yellow stuff, just needs to dissipate, and then just needs to go to the right place. I think that's about it. And they even disappear after a while. Nice. Obviously, the cannonball needs to be a bit smaller, but other than that, whoa! Look at that. That's cool. Made a little splash. That's dope, actually. Looks like ice, but yeah, I can appreciate the attempt. That's cool. So we're pretty close. I mean, for our first, yeah, I think we've been working out 30 minutes or so. Burst ability. Just have to shrink the cannonball and make it do a more parabola shape. Let's do that. So I'd like you to make this cannon shoot, because right now when I shoot it, it does, kind of goes straight out. We want it to be a bit of a parabola. You know, there's some gravity on it. So if you could apply some gravity to it, so that way it falls, and then when it hits the water, yeah, I think you already have logic for that. Just make sure so it falls at a regular pace. It's neat. That will make it go faster too. Yeah, it's already more fun than than what it was before. What it was before was actually really frustrating. 'Cause at least this has some skill. You have to like aim a bit. Well, it's definitely faster. I wonder if it's applying in the wrong direction or something. Let me look. Let's see what it did here. Cannonball gravity. Oh, I guess they have a gravity, so I can just play with it to see. Let's change it to 9. See what that does. What is gravity? 9.41 or something? Oh yeah, that actually worked. Okay, let's just change it to 20. Nice. Looks pretty good. Just needs to be more. Maybe like 30. That's super high. See what that looks like. And obviously, I think should wait a little bit to register it. Looks pretty good. Maybe a little more, but yeah, a little more. And change the cannonball speed to 30. Okay, that's actually too fast. The cannonball speed 20. Actually, kind of liked what it was before. Maybe just a little faster, I guess. All right, let's just like maybe double this. See what that looks like. That's looking much better actually. Yeah, that's good. That's looking pretty good actually. Yeah. That's pretty cool. Yeah, right? It's actually kind of fun now. I'm I'm glad someone saw it. Thanks for watching. Besides just me. It's because it's actually pretty good. It's somewhat fun. I think I'm gonna push it. Yeah, like, and there's a bit of strategy, right? Like, well, I mean, it's very simple, but like if you're trying to shoot far away, you have to aim higher than where they are. It's a nice little, so it's a little bit of skill there. You can't just like click on them, otherwise you won't hit them. You gotta go like, see, it goes farther. You have to like change your camera angle, go like this, maybe. Okay, it actually doesn't go much farther, but okay, we'll just make the cannonball a bit smaller, but other than that, and maybe the smoke has to disappear. But other than that, it's pretty good. Add many weird abilities there too, OP. Yeah, spam cannonballs. Well, I think people might actually play through some PvP because that could be kind of fun, especially with the grappling hook stuff. Like you can grab them and push them close, and then do like a shotgun, like some combo stuff. Like just a few things that would be like look cool and be fun. That's all. Yeah, go viral on X maybe. I've tried, man. I've been tweeting, but I think there's so many people tweeting about games. It's not so easy. Well, then I gotta charge my iPad here. It's not my. Why is it not charging? Oh, it's actually my. Never mind. It's my laptop. That's not charged. Not like that. Yeah, exactly. Exactly. You're right. I think I need to like tag people too to get someone popular to retweet it. I think that's the idea, but not really sure. Oh, I see the old cannonball still works. So if you press space, it still shoots out four, which is actually kind of interesting. Maybe that could be an ability. You need to build and show some fun clips of your game right directly in the beginning. AI made, you know, you're a much better marketer than me. I think that actually makes more sense. And actually, my girlfriend said that too. It's like, I was like, why is no one liking these? And she's like, well, probably people are not as invested in your game as you are. So you have to sell it. So I think you're right. The selling point is that it's made with AI. So that should be like the hook in the tweets. I always put it at the end. Say, look at this game. But no, it should be like, look, AI made this game. Like, oh, that's what people care about. They don't care about the game. So it's a good point. Know your audience, I guess. doing that for some reason. Drinking is hard. All right, let's do more things. So don't use tags, they're useless. I see. Wait, have you looked at my Twitter? Is that how you know? Because yeah, you're right. I use tons of these hashtag things. So yeah, you're probably right, I guess. I don't really know. So yeah, maybe I should just tag people instead and not use the hashtag stuff. I think it's a good idea. I think I'm gonna just note that on Twitter. Only tag people. Don't use hashtags. It's probably right. Because like you said, probably no one's really looking on those. So it's just sort of waste of space. Oh, don't use keywords like sonnet, etc. That's a good point. Like sonnets, cloud, maybe tag a few people every once in a while on the most interesting things. I guess probably just tweet a lot, right? Because right now I'm tweeting like maybe 2 times a day, or at least I did. If I tweet maybe 5 times a day, there might be more chance, just like a numbers game, sort of. I definitely try to like reply to a lot of people who are making games. And I'm like, hey, that's a cool game. And I try it out. But I don't know. Maybe that doesn't, that's not how you do it either. Thanks for the advice. I think that's a pretty good advice. I will start doing those things. I'm willing to try anything that is actually not anything, but I'm willing to try most things. All right, cool. So let's do more things. What were we doing? We want to make the cannonball smaller. So we'll do that here in Can Show. So I'd like you to make the cannonball smaller. Make it maybe 1/3 the size that it currently is. Let's see, where's the size? Okay, it's right here. That's cool. That just looks like the splash effect, though. Don't think that does anything, right? I guess we'll try it, but the splash effect will be smaller, I think. Oh, it actually worked. What the heck? Oh, that's pretty good, actually. Nice. That's roughly right. Yeah, and they changed the splash too. Yeah, pretty cool. Yeah, I think that's roughly right. I think if it's like, okay, so it can always shoot the cannons, but if it's like on the side of the ship, then it will shoot both cannons. So it's like you do double the damage if you position your boat right. That kind of makes sense. I think I'm gonna try the thing you recommended first before I do that though. I'll try the image generation Gemini. So let's look real quick. I don't think I can do that in Cursor. I imagine it's the 2.0, right? So let's just go to Gemini directly now. So I'm going to give it this image, and I'm not sure if this is what you were talking about. So just let me, if you're still here, let me know if that's the right place. But I think it's here, right? We're using Gemini 2.0. Yeah. All right. So I'd like to generate some images for this. These squares here. The first is in the queue. It's called Cannon Shot, and it should be kind of like this, um, kind of like cartoony looking image of a cannon firing, and it should have like the muzzle flash. Um, yeah, try it out. Try making that. Oh, it's not the Gemini website? Oh, thank you. Great. Let me look. Hello. Discord is funny. Do you mind if I'll blank my screen just in case you don't want me to see, but you probably are okay with it. One second. 'Cause I don't want to dox you or anything. I see. Okay. Interesting. I see. Create it. Yeah, I'll create it. Oh, looks good. Huh. Wait, actually can do animate? It can do animations if you do this. Interesting. That's interesting. Huh. Okay, studio, google.com. Let me try that. Okay, so I'm here now. So Gemini 2 Flash, and it looks like you changed it to something else. So let me look again. You change it to the Flash 2 Experimental. Okay, let's try that. So images. Generate a story with images. Check Discord. Okay. Scroll down to preview. I see. You create the image step by step and then bundle them together to create the animation. That makes sense. Right, because you're editing the image for each frame, which is basically, yeah, that's the hardest part, I guess. And then you just like create the little, what do you call that? Forgot. In Flash. Those little motion tweens. Something like that. Nice. Okay, so you said use 2.0 Flash experimental. Looks like that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna plug in what I was doing before. See if that works. So basically, we want to create images for these squares, but start with the first one. The first Q ability is the cannon shot. It should be kind of like a cartoony cannon on a ship, and there should be like muzzle flash. So try it out. Oh, nice. That's pretty cool, actually. All right, there's only a few changes. All right, try again, but only generate the image itself, not the whole thing. Um, and make it a ship, make it a cannon on a ship. So just the ship should be in the background, the cannon should be attached to the ship, and then there's like a muzzle flash on the cannon. See what it can do here. This is not really clear, so it's partly my, yeah, it's partly my bad. I'm not very good at the the queries here. Let's see what we could do. Only generate, so don't generate the prior image, generate a completely new image. Just, it should be like a square image of the cannon on a ship firing. And maybe this next time what I'm going to do is not attach an image because I think that's kind of screwing it up a little bit. Yeah, because it keeps trying to modify the existing image, and this is probably what it's for, right? It's not like image editing stuff. So let me try again. So generate an image. Should be the dimension should be square of a cannon on a ship firing. So the cannon should be attached to the ship. Should be kind of a cartoony looking style. Try it. Make it a cannon on a pirate ship. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I could see that being there. Maybe make it a little more gritty, I would say. Can you make it a little more gritty, less cartoon? Okay, not literally gritty, I would say. So do the same image, but make it not cartoon. Try making it more realistic. Start from scratch, so don't edit the last image. I might have to create a new chat every time I want a new image because it might use the prior one as the reference, which is, a particular use case. That's pretty good. That's pretty good, actually. I think I like it. I think I'll try that one. Let's see. So I'll be right back. I'm gonna get another coffee. Cool, I'm back. So let's get, I think I'm gonna use this image. It looks pretty good, I would say, for our purposes. So let's go ahead and plug that in. Let's see, I need to go to Finder. For some reason, there we go. Let's cut this. So just gonna, okay, we're gonna move it into our assets here. Canon shot ability. I can't remember if it's public or I think it's the public folder actually. And we have to build again. So I'll exit this. You get assets in the right place. And we check this folder, we should see him. Yep, it's right here. So now should be able to attach it. Cool. And now we'll just add it to this queue place. Cool. All right. So let's do that. Let's maybe create I think it's in the ability, no, it's in the UI. We created a thing for this called abilities bar. Cool. So we'll just go ahead and modify that. So where there is the queue, we're going to add an image there. It's called Canon Shot Ability.jpg. So please load that in and put it there. And the next thing we're going to do is like when you shoot on the side of the ship, it should shoot two cannons. When you shoot in the front or the back, it just shoots one. That'll be sort of the. I notice you can't really shoot backwards, but I guess that's okay. Maybe that's by design. Oh, kind of works. Weird. Enabled super speed. I'm going to test that the fog shifts when we leave this area. So like right here ish. Okay, good. So this would be like the open biome. It's just going to be like sort of little islands everywhere, and it will rain sometimes. This is the Arctic biome. And it starts snowing, but it only snows right where you are. So that's obviously a little bit. Anyways, all right. Let's see it finished here. Yeah, I agree. The image looks nice. I think it works pretty perfectly, I'd say. Oh, I don't want it to do this. So it's doing sometimes it does a little too much. Keep it really simple. We just want to load in one image for the Q, the letter Q. Don't do anything else. Oh, sorry. Okay, cool. So we just have to change this. It should be dot slash and then Canon shot ability dot JPEG, I think. And is it actually dot JPEG? I'm not sure. Yeah, it is. Okay. Okay, I think that's right. Nice. Oh, that looks cool. Nice. That's pretty cool. And each one should be like a slightly different color. Just but I think it's pretty clear, right, from the image what that does. Nice. Okay, so now let's do a few other things. The smoke should disappear after a while, so let's do that. So maybe like a few seconds. It looks really good. Don't change any functionality. So like just make sure the smoke and basically everything related to the cannonball firing, like the smoke and the muzzle flash should disappear within 2 seconds. Yeah, I think the image matches the style of the game pretty well. Sent the ability idea to the DC. Oh yeah, let me check it out. Also, do you mind if I show the Discord, your Discord private messages, or do you want me to blank the screen? Either works for me. So I'll definitely blank it for now. So I don't want to create the image step by step. Image. Uh, let's see, was there a new message? Oh, I see you sent a new. Change out ability. That's cool. Slows down enemy ships. That something like this, so that way they can easily see the difference between the two. That's what League. I'm just copying League. That's what they do. Like each image on each ability bar is like slightly different color, so you can easily, like, the flash is bright yellow, the all this stuff. So it overall makes sense, I would say. Like the screen. Okay, you're fine with that, yeah. Cool. All right, let's see if it. Um, see, flash duration 0.2 seconds. So it didn't really change anything there. Not really seeing any changes. We'll try it. So it's doing scene.remove flash. That looks right. I'll just make sure it enters here. Put a little log here. Probably doesn't enter. Yep, so it doesn't enter the. So so I put a log in the scene remove flash. I'll attach the code, and it never entered there. So can you try to figure out why? Okay, I want to test something. So if I shoot directly on here, it goes there, and if I aim higher, it should go farther. I think it goes a little farther. Yeah, it does. That's cool. See what it did here. Did greater than or equal to 2? I mean, that doesn't matter. I guess one thing we could try is just make sure that the scene.remove actually removes stuff. So it shouldn't appear anymore. Yeah, see now there's no flash, so that's right, that part is. Okay, can you please go through this file? Make sure that everything is removed. The smoke, the flash, after 0.2 seconds. Right now, the code 162 to 167 is not being entered. That conditional is not being entered after a while, so please double check why. Oh, I'm using Gemini 2 for these, so let me switch to Cloud Sonnet. Don't know, don't really remember switching, but I must have at some point here. Although if this whole thing was Gemini 2, it did a really good job actually, because it generated all these, everything we did so far. So you develop apps instead of games, that's cool, yeah. Yeah, I'm sure there's lots of cool, I mean, if you can do games, you can do anything, right? I'm sure some productivity apps and things like that. Feel free to send me what you're making. Kind of curious. That's cool. And that's, I guess you're doing it like simultaneously. And if you have any better workflows, I'd love to know. Like you're probably doing something a little different than what I'm doing. I found the whisper flow to be a nice addition to the workflow. Just being able to speak into it. It's not only faster, but it just helps me think out loud a little better too. Like sometimes I'll be talking and realize, oh, no, I actually want to do it a different way. It's like, okay, it's good that I'm speaking. Changed a lot of stuff for this one. Hopefully it still works. Is it gone? Nice. That's good. Okay, at least it removes itself. Should probably fade out, but it's pretty good. Nice. Okay, great. It disappears now. It looks pretty good. The only thing I would like it to do is fade out. Like it should like slowly fade out as opposed to just disappearing. Other than that, it looks great. Yeah, GA boy, we're changing the fighting to be much different. They were pretty much a lot of stuff we're doing is my girlfriend came up with a lot of it, and I'll probably keep saying that because I want to give her credit because she basically came up with it. So the only thing I'm contributing here is the I'm kind of making it more like League of Legends, where you have these abilities down here, and maybe just some ideas with the harpoon, but she came up with the harpoon. So, but yeah, this is already a lot more fun than what I think it was before, because it is more like you have to aim and they're far away. You have to aim a little higher, stuff like that. It has a long way to go though. It's not like, particularly fun yet, but just more fun. Let's see, for coding, use the Rue code plugin. Yeah, interesting. I'll have to write that down if you don't mind. You can get open source coding agent. Interesting. Well, I'm down to try. If you think it's better than Sonnet stuff, that would be very interesting. And it sounds like you're saying it can work with cursor. Or maybe you're using VS Code and using that. And arrows for the birds. Yeah, exactly. Definitely something for the birds because they can get a little annoying. So just gotta kill them. Yeah, like you aim at the bird, just arrows from the ship. Okay, let's see if it's fading out now. Well, it's not disappearing, so it's a step backwards. Gonna restore the previous, unless there's an error. Might be an error. Yeah, I'm just gonna restore the previous. Nice. As long as it disappears, honestly, it's fine for now. Okay, now I just gotta make sure the splash. Oh, look, great, the splash disappears too, so that's great. Nice. That's good. It's fine for now. I'm gonna push that. Nice. I think the next thing is remove this this cannon deck part here. So I think I just gotta comment out some stuff. Yeah, it's just this right here. Right? Oh, it's actually this whole thing, I think, right? Okay, gotcha. Yeah, it's this whole thing. Nice. Just comment that. There might be an error for that, but I'll just check. Yeah, there's an error because it's returning stuff. So let's just go comment that out. This dot elements can just remove that as well. I think that should be everything. I just do it myself so it doesn't add any things. Oh, there's another 47. Don't see it. Oh, cannons JS 47. Well, we're not using cannons JS, so we have to comment some stuff out for that too. So I'm gonna go to main. I think that's where we're doing that. got some more comments here. Let me look here. Root code is a fork of Climb, right? It's more community driven, where the Climb plugin is also updates any model as well. Interesting. I also have an experiment with Climb, so that would be great just to do both of those things at some point here. Does it work with a cursor? The Keno root. This, I guess I can look. I haven't really seen if there's plugins on cursor yet. I guess there's extensions. Let me just look it up. I guess I don't have to ask you. I can just look up code cursor. Okay, it looks like VS Code, right? Let me just check though. Oh, it is, okay. Yeah, oh no. Wait, that's not how you spell Klein, right? Did it just misspell it? Oh, okay, yes. Interesting. Yeah, I'll try it. Right, it's a VS Code fork. Makes sense. Okay, let's see what how to make. So GS is how to make iOS apps in Xcode with AI tools. Which tool is best and easy for the person to have less knowledge? Well, Xcode doesn't have this sort of chat functionality. What you could do is just edit in. You could edit in cursor potentially. Do the additions there, and then just try to run it in Xcode. You just kind of like switch back and forth. Xcode's nice for, I mean, it's got some like, granted, I mean, you might be able to run it, but okay, so for a beginner, yeah, I probably would just switch back and forth between Xcode and cursor maybe. That might be a good try. I haven't tried it though, so I'm not really sure if that's the best approach. And then J-Boy says, you got to Heart of the Environment next week, Island Shipwrecks, the Battle Arena, stuff like that. Yeah, well, my plan for this, the rest of this next few days here, is try to get the combat fun. That's kind of just my main goal. Is like, if the combat's fun, then I can just kind of repeat that everywhere in the game. And so I think this is a good start with the cannons. And then I'll add the harpoon, and then have some special abilities, and then we can start really fleshing out the enemies and stuff. I think that's a good roadmap, and then the world stuff. Cool. Let me just make sure spacebar doesn't work with the. Okay, great. So I'm gonna push this now. I think it's pretty good. Remove legacy cannons. And we're going to start in the harpoons next. So we're going to create a new ability. I'll make the text a little bit bigger so you guys can actually see it somewhat. So we're going to create a new ability. It's going to be called Harpoon Shot. And just start with the first part of this functionality. The first, like if you press E, it should shoot out a harpoon. And that's going to be like a line, and it's going to attach with, if it hits an enemy, it's going to attach to them. So start just with that. You shoot out it, and there should be a line, and then it should stay attached. We're just going to have it so it just stays attached forever for now. But there's going to be some functionality so you can like pull it back. But this is the first part, so just try that. And look at Cannon Shot, look at Ability Manager for how to register it. It should also have a crosshair as well. So that'll be interesting. I think I said everything that makes sense. I'm I'm just gonna start with something basic, and then we can see if we can do something more interesting with that. And I think while I wait, I'm going to generate a new image for the harpoon. Unless he, let me check the Discord. You might have already generated something. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm gonna try the harpoon one. So let's see. Let's just start a new chat, I think, for now. Hopefully it saves this one in case I want to come back. Should be a harpoon. Harpoon coming out of an 18th century ship. So the harpoon should be attached to the ship on a pirate ship. And then we'll say, make the background sort of greenish. So behind the ship it should be a sort of a green color. All right, let's get back to the cursor, see what it generated. Looks pretty good. I'm not reading it. I'll just accept all for now. I see what it's trying to do. It's trying to get the enemies. So I need to clarify where to get the enemies for the harpoon shot, because it doesn't know where it is. So to get the enemies, use this sea monsters file. This is where you can find where the enemies are. So yeah, just use that for now. Remove the import you did in game state for enemies. Okay, so it looks like it failed here. Let me try again. That looks pretty good. Yeah, I like that actually. I think it's good enough for our purposes, honestly. Kind of matches the style of the other image, so. How do I like do what I did before? Get the full resolution. Okay, there we go. Get that. Okay, so we'll put that in our assets folder. Move this here. Okay, let's see what it did with the harpoon shot. Good, got the monsters, so that should compile. Let's just see what it did first. See if there's no errors. Okay, I don't see the targeting yet. So let's just, well, first let's make sure there's no errors. Okay, no errors. So I don't see a crosshair for the harpoon shot. Try again. Make sure it's registering on the key E, the letter E. And last time it did a different. Oh, see, it's capital E. It did capital E. So let's see what that does. Okay. Still nothing. So. Right, because we've already registered the E key on other things, so that's probably why it doesn't really work. Weird. Okay. So apply all. Accept all. Nice. Oh, it already works. That's cool. It's even got a little line. That's actually really cool. The only thing is it disappears a little too quickly, but that's about it. And I think the gravity doesn't apply to it the same way as the... Oh, there's an error, so that's probably why. Can you fix this error? Well, that's cool. It already has the... Now we just need to add the image and make it disappear not as quickly. But I'd say that's pretty good. First attempt. Okay, no error. Now I just gotta make sure it doesn't disappear as quickly. The harpoon shot disappears pretty quickly. Can we make it so it disappears maybe like... It doesn't disappear at all, actually. It doesn't disappear until you reel it in. So it should like kind of just shoot out and then fall into the water. And then at some point it stops falling. Actually, no. We'll just have it fall into the water. And it shouldn't disappear until... we're not going to do the disappearing part yet, just this first part. I think I'm going to add something to the engine folder, which will basically be like... apply gravity, or maybe we add like a rigid body, and then we start applying it on the entities so we can start standardizing that logic a little bit, because we're applying gravity to a lot of stuff. So nice. All right, it kind of made it worse a little bit, so I'm gonna actually restore the checkpoint. It's partly my fault with querying these things. Nice. I check if there's gravity. There isn't gravity, okay. So first I'm gonna, because we're gonna apply gravity probably to a lot of things, I'm gonna take out the logic for gravity of cannon shot. So what I'd like you to do here is take the logic for gravity out of cannon shot. We're gonna call it we're just gonna call it like entity, or maybe just call it a. Not really sure. One sec. So I want to start adding gravity to a bunch of things. What should I call it, the file, and how should I arrange it in this project? Because basically we have gravity in cannon shot.js, and we're going to apply that to a lot of other things. Oh no. Some of my changes apparently have removed my cannon. But what could it have been? I suppose it could have been some of these changes here. Right, we changed this, so let's add this again. Nice. All right, let's see what it says for this. It makes sense. All right, we'll do that. Yeah. All right, I've created this file. Can you please apply the gravity to the cannonball and replace the previous logic that we had there? Use the same variables though, so it should still be the same value that I set it to. I think it was like 30 or something. And attach the gravity. Probably have to save the file. It probably knows. And I guess while it's doing that, I'll add the image for the new image we created for our harpoon. It should be over here in the abilities bar. Nice. Actually got it exactly right. Looks good. Let's see if it worked. I might have to build it again though, the project. Just make sure that I'm gonna make sure the file's there. Nice, so it's here now, so it should work if we run the project again. Cool, yeah, we got our new image. Looks pretty good. Oh, I got another message. Be the parting wave splashing is one in motion yet. Right, right. I actually tried to do that yesterday, and I couldn't quite get it to look nice. But I agree with you, that's one of the items that needs to be done. I think it's not on, I think I have it somewhere here on this list. Because you're right, that would look pretty nice. Some sort of white. I'll definitely try to add that maybe one of these next few days here. Okay, cool. Let's see what it did. Okay, so what did it do? Imported the gravity system, but it has the wrong import, which is concerning. So I'm going to revert the file because I don't think it was able to find the right file because it's importing the wrong stuff. So I'm going to try a new chat. And I'm going to go to the file. And then I'm going to attach it. So, okay, there we go. So I'd like you to integrate. So right now Cannon Shot has its own gravity system. I'd like you to integrate the way that we did gravity.js here. Integrate this file into it. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Just do that. Remove any prior logic in Cannon Shot for the gravity. Remove. All right, let's see if it did it. So it has the right import now, which is good. And it's doing a bunch of stuff. Add objects. Okay, try it. Is it moving or no? That's the important part. I think it is moving, right? Because we can always mess with the values. It's not if it's yeah, it's definitely moving, right? So let's see if it removed anything related to the velocity, because I actually didn't want to remove that. Oh, it has a default terminal velocity. So let's turn. Let's see actually, because we still wanted to. We just wanted to apply gravity, not necessarily change the speed. So I'm going to look if it changed anything related to that. So we got our speed here. All right, yeah, so I'm going to do those last changes because I wanted to just apply gravity. I don't want it to change anything else. All right, so I wanted you to keep this change really simple. I really only wanted to change the gravity. I really only want to apply the gravity to the ball as it goes, but it shouldn't change anything else. So it should be an extremely simple change. I'll try it. Okay, still no. So I'm going to restore checkpoint again. Actually, just discard the changes. So I'm going to create a new chat. This time I'm going to ask it to modify gravity.js if it needs to. So I'd like you to, the only thing I want you to do is modify gravity.js so it's like a really simple, I can just really simply apply gravity and it will change the object that I pass into it like over a certain amount of time by a certain value, something like that. And it should be just like the vertical force or something. I don't know. It's just be very simple. Like, don't change anything about it. Just add a function in gravity. It's pretty bad. We'll see if I can figure out. Obviously, my prompting leaves some room to be improved. Because I just want it to be really simple. Don't want to do anything too crazy. Yeah, there we go. Keep it simple for me, please. Nice. Okay. All right, now use this apply simple gravity in our cannon shot and replace the existing logic for the gravity. And use the variable, I think I used the value 30. Whatever I used for the cannon shot gravity, just use that function for. Okay, so just made some changes. Let's see what it did. Nice, okay. Let's grab it. And it's actually physics. Let's see if there's any errors. Yeah, we gotta remove all these prints, man. This is totally crazy. Can you check is the simple gravity changing anything else besides the y? Because right now the ball is totally stationary after applying the simple gravity. kind of curious if I comment this out, is it going to move? Because it should. So some other change related to gravity system is causing it not to move. Let's look here. It's moving our time variables for some reason. So let's put those back. So I'm going to change this back to what it was here. It's getting a little too ambitious trying to change everything. And then I'm going to add this back. And probably this as well. This is the issue. Let's just see if I add this, if it works again, just out of curiosity. That was good, I bet. We have to remove that code, right? Because that's going to be nothing. Nice, okay. So that's kind of what we expect, right? So now let's see if I add it, what happens. Nice, I think that worked. So cool, that works. Now there's some gravity, cool. So let's just change the value now. That's not quite what it was before. Maybe get rid of this. I forgot to save it, that's why. I remove the cache. Once more. Oh, there's actually a player here. Oh, it's me. Yeah, that's right. So something else we changed, did something? Just a little surprising. So I'm gonna see if it's anything we didn't hear. Copy it, discard it. So it's got to be something we do with this gravity somehow. It is doing something. I'm gonna rebuild. Nice. Okay, it's fixed. I'm gonna add back the gravity file and make sure it's not changing anything else. Okay, cool. I think I'm just gonna ask it to apply gravity to the without the gravity physics for now. Harpoon shot. This is not a big deal. Hi, I'd like you to make add gravity to the harpoon shot, so it should gradually fall with time, and take a bit longer to despawn it. Maybe it should take like 5 seconds to despawn, something like that. Look at cannon shot for reference on how the gravity should be done. Okay, cool. Let's try it. Weird, I just got a LinkedIn verification code. A little suspicious. That's weird. Okay, yeah, so it looks like now it's not despawning, which is doing something a little weird. So I'm gonna try to undo those changes. Restore checkpoint. All right, let's try that. So it is generating them, but I guess it just goes right into the ground immediately. So it looks like it is generating them, but it's just making them go right into the ground immediately. Can you put some velocity on it? So it should basically be like a parabola, and it should fly for a while, and then it should hit the water. It should take a while. All right, after this, I'm going to do the bird thing because it's a little bit. Okay, we're going to restore checkpoint again. Just discard the changes. So I like to keep this really simple, like just a very simple gravity. Just it should apply some vertical force over a certain amount of time to the y. It should be really, really simple. Don't change anything else. And it should be very small to start, like maybe 1 gravity, and then we'll increase it to test. Oh, nice. That actually worked pretty well. Just gotta decrease the value that it's adding here. Cool. Yeah, it's got some gravity, which is good. And next, we just need to make it so it just doesn't despawn as quick. Can you make it a despawn a little bit less quickly? Maybe an extra second. Keep it keep this change very simple. Don't change anything else. Okay, I'm muted. Let's see. Sometimes it crashes, I notice. Probably have to figure that out. Alright, so let's think about what the functionality should be for this. I guess it's just like, if you hit a target, you can press it again maybe, and it'll bring them closer to you. Or you can just drag them around if you don't hit it again. So let's see, okay, so I press this. And I guess when I let go of E, like as long as you're holding E, it should keep it rendered. And you can like drag stuff around. But if you let go of E, then it disappears. Not sync actually. How would you reel in that? So click. Actually, I think it should be you press it and then it activates. Attached to something. I don't really know what to think about it. Let's ideate a little bit. The expert. So I'm trying to figure this out. Like, basically I want controls to be like you can press E and then you attach to a ship and you can like reel it in if you press E again. But I'm trying to figure out like what would then, how do you despawn, like how do you reel in the harpoon? What would be the control for that? Can you come up with a system that would make sense? Because I basically want a few different behaviors. I want like, you can, you know, shoot the harpoon, attach, reel in people. Yeah, that's it, basically it. Yeah, not quite. Let's think here. Oh, there was the error that caused the crash. Figure out that one later. So let's think. You press it, activates, boom. Press it again, it reels in a ship. Yeah, I think that works. So if you press it again, it'll always get rid of it, but if it's attached to a ship, it'll bring in a ship. So it's just like a reel in for real. Okay, that makes sense actually. So let's make the first change to cannon shot. So I want to make it so when you press Q, you don't need to hold down Q for this to work. You just press it once, and then you can start shooting. And then if you press it again, then it will bring you out of shooting mode. So can you try to make that change? And this will be for all the abilities. So don't make the harpoon shot change yet, but it should basically, this should be a recurring thing that when you press the letter or number, that it'll be activated and you can just use it. So basically you would press Q and then it's just activated and you can keep firing until you turn it off. I think while it does that, I'm going to go ahead and start adding in the new models that we made here. Public. This is actually going to be kind of hard to know which model is which. Yeah, alright, that'll be interesting. I guess, can I open it up or no? Probably not, right? Oh, it actually works. Okay, that's cool. So this is the big pirate ship, I assume. Or big. That's the medium-sized colonial ship. Medium colonial. This is the small colonial. This is the big colonial. This is the small pirate. And I know the last one is the massive pirate. So. Cool. Let's see if it works. One thing it should enable, and the cursor should be wherever my cursor currently is. Right now I press it and it puts my cursor in a different place. Can you figure out why it does that? And the crosshair, I mean. Oh, that actually works really well. Nice. So it already works. It's basically, you do it, E to reel in it, eel to reel it in. And it should be highlighted, I think, to tell you that you... Oh, I see, and if you move, automatically reels in. Makes sense. Nice. Actually, it's just disappearing. It's not that I'm pressing it again. Okay, that's fine. It's a lot of code. Let's try it. Didn't work, so I'm gonna go back. Okay, I'll try that, I guess. But I might be doing a little too much with this cursor thing. Actually, no, doesn't quite work as expected. Looks okay, actually. I noticed it's based on the camera, where your camera is, that it fires, so it's kind of interesting. That's good enough, honestly. It made so many changes to the ability crosshair that I'm not really sure I want to... Actually, it's not that much. Let's see what it did. Okay, that's cool. Okay, the next thing is that it shouldn't despawn until you press E again. So basically we want to make it so the harpoon doesn't disappear unless you either press E again or you leave a certain maximum range between where the harpoon landed and where you are, then it will start to reel it in. And make sure the line stays on your ship, right? So like as you drive, the line should still be attached to the middle of your ship. Yeah, we got this error. Just make sure it's defined maybe that you need. Or maybe if it's not necessarily quite yet, just you comment it out. Wait, what? Oh, I see. It's like unrelated to what we're doing here. Looks like the harpoon is still disappearing after a few seconds. Can you make sure that right now it shouldn't disappear if you're still within a certain range of it, um, and you haven't pressed E yet. Maybe it has something to do with the range. So you have to press it twice. Interesting. Okay, let's see if it figured that out. Appears to be somewhat frozen. Not really sure why. Okay, there we go. Let's try a shorter distance, maybe. So I think one thing I'm going to do is make sure, firstly, that there's no errors. Okay. But also that the range that it shows here, let's just make it big enough. So let's just make it like 10,000 or something. Oh, nice. It's definitely sticking now. So if I press E again, it should disappear. Oh, that was actually kind of cool. So, yep, sticking. E. C again. Yeah. All right, that's kind of cool. All right, I think before I do anything else on these birds are just a little bit too ridiculous. All right, please make the change here really minimal, like literally just a few lines, one or two. But the birds they should chill at your ship no longer than a few seconds, or maybe max 5 seconds. They shouldn't just hang around forever. But don't change anything with the birds, they're pretty good. Just that one thing. Alright, so yeah, this is a really simple change here. Yeah. So I imagine it's something to do with that variable doesn't work, right? Yeah. Okay, interesting. So I looked in Harpoon, so it kind of works at a very short distance. It'll do the relin, but can you make sure that the max attachment distance is working? Because I set it to be really high value and it still auto disappears. So there's gotta be something not consistent, or some other place where it's setting a distance that doesn't rely on this. Okay, so basically there's two different places here too. Distance, set this to be like a bajillion. All right, let me just make sure that works. Then we can debug a little better. Okay, I changed all of these to be really high values, and it's still removing it. So I imagine if I remove this, right, probably work. Interesting. It's not related to that code. think it's just calling move harpoon too many places. Yeah, just too many moves going on here. I think this should work probably. Something else is removing it too. Probably scene.remove somewhere. Is this the only place? What the heck? We'll remove in 1 second. It's probably really that, right? I removed all of the places where we're removing the harpoon, and somehow it's still getting deleted. Any ideas in this file what it could be? Don't change anything, just point it out to me. Hey, we got our error here, so let's go ahead and fix this. Oh, I see, that makes a lot of sense. Okay. Makes a lot of sense. So let's go ahead and fix that. Where's this? Can you take a second look? I believe the max distance is not set to 150. Also, we need to fix this here. Oh, we have a persistence range of 30. Ah, okay, interesting. We have so many of these. It's a bit too many, I would say. What is that over there? Some sort of blue thing over there. It like rendered a structure inside the... That's weird. Okay. Before we do anything else with this, I'm going to fix the ship controller. That particular error. Can you fix this error? It comes up after some time of playing the game and crashes it. Why do you think it happens? So I guess we're just importing something. Probably an islands.js. I think it's an islands.js. Can you import it from there? Can you make the import correct? All right, so where's the thing? It's the world, right? Okay, that should work in theory. And test the birds, so they should come down, hang out for a little bit. Nice, yeah, okay, good. Yeah, just a few seconds, they'll come over. Just kind of what we're trying to do. Okay, cool. So now let's try to fix this issue with the harpoon. I think I'm gonna take a little break though, and I'll be back.